Big Demon Hunter is actually kinda cracked after the latest patch, and in this video I'm gonna give you a quick guide about this somewhat new deck, talk about mulligans, win rates, as well as general tips so you know what you should be expecting with, as well as what to expect against it. So if you're serious about Hearthstone, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to get hired for some Hearthstone coaching. Now, let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
The deck was sitting at even higher win rate yesterday, but as more people start playing it, more people start botching it probably, and also more people start learning what they should be expecting out of it, but it's still sitting at a respectable 57 plus win rate with 2400 games. The deck is pretty similar to what the old Cliff Demon Hunter used to look like, but here we have a very interesting card which is Califero, and this guy can really make some broken things. Like, as you guys see, you don't have that many minions, but any of the minions in this deck are actually kinda amazing for you to fill your board with, and that is the reason why you also have things like Dangerous Cliffside, as well as Insect Claw, and this way you can generate quite a few useless tokens on the board, which you can actually transform with Califero. Sadly in the gameplay I didn't manage to do this a single time, but also I kinda realized it a little bit later what I could have been doing with this thing, so there's that too. But it's a very nice extra layer of win condition you could be using against those pesky Death Knights that just keep on gaining health against you. And if I was actually acknowledging this super solid game plan from the beginning of those games, maybe I could have won some of those Death Knight matchups. The cool thing about this guy is he's actually also drawing a minion from your deck, so all you gotta do is have a few tokens on the board ready to transform, and try your luck at a bunch of Illadaris, but worst case scenario you could get yourself a bunch of Ravenous Fellhunters or Blobators, and that's also not gonna be the worst thing in the world. Going through the deck, like I said, nothing too special about it. You have Illadari with which you can be using for a little bit of extra card draw or chip damage or some healing here and there. Couple of red cards you could be using for anti-tempo or just for the face, so you can get rid of some pesky taunts. 2 Tusk Piercers in here help you draw your blobs, your Ravenous Fellhunters. The Grim Harvest is also pretty nice. Infestation is great because it can go face while rushing the opponent's minions on the board. Infiltrate is also a decent removal in this one. Couple of Insect Claws, again pretty important for you actually having weapons, so you can actually equip a weapon before turn 7 so you can cliff dive and hopefully get an Illadari. And also having yourself a weapon on turn 8 where you can just drop an Illadari, also pretty important, so don't be too loose with your weapon swings. But again, it's pretty awesome because it also gives you rushers. Return policy is also pretty nice, not as amazing as it used to, but still giving you a couple of blob of tars on the board that literally buys you so much extra time against opponents, it's pretty broken. Waver and Slumber, you could be using for 2 damage AoE, you could also be using for minions, and if you time this correctly, you could also be using it instead of a weapon, because the 2 turn 4 for it gives you +3 attack. Well, if you play this on turn 5, you're gonna have yourself basically potentially a weapon on turn 7, but it's a little bit wishful thinking kind of deal. The Blob of Tars are pretty decent, they're not as aggressive as Quillbores used to be, but they're still super defensive for you. The Dangerous Cliffsides against some opponents are actually super good just for tempo, but like I said, the main real purpose for these guys would be so you can actually have a lot of tokens for your Califero. They could also be pretty nice helping you with the removal, because Infiltrate is a good removal, but comboed off with Dangerous Cliffside, well, it becomes super flexible now. The Ravenous Fellhunters are gonna be reviving Blob of Tars in here, still pretty decent. Just make sure you actually have a 4-drop dead before you play this guy, so you have them filled. The Cliff Dive, pretty nice. This thing alone gives you rush on the minions you pull, so if you get something like Blob of Tar and Ravenous Fellhunter before you've actually played any other minions, well, you just rush down the Blob of Tar into something that kills it, and then rush down the Ravenous Fellhunter so it dies as well, and that way you're gonna have a couple of 2/4s on the board as well as the 1/2s from the first one. If you don't kill the minions from the Cliff Dive, they will return back to your deck, and in some cases that's good. For instance, with the case of Illadari Inquisitor, in which case you do rush down something big like a taunt and you go face, and then this guy goes back to the deck so you can actually cliff dive again or just top deck him later. And with Macterodon, when you pull it with cliff dive, he actually remains on the board because he is dormant, so you can't really interact with it anymore. Califero would not be an amazing thing to pull from the cliff dive, but kind of a necessary evil kind of deal, and in the end of the day, getting yourself a 6/5 rusher, not the worst thing in the world. You're not gonna win games just because of that, but it's still not the most useless thing in the world to pull. Like we said, Califero can be an absolute game plan for you, with a very huge huge high roll potential, but it does require a little bit of setup and a little bit of luck, because in the end of the day you are still gonna have quite a few minions when you do play Califero, so if you need exactly a Eladari to win the game and get yourself a bunch of Blob of Thors, well, it's not gonna be that amazing, but it's gonna be far from the worst now, wasn't it? The Eladaris, still very amazing even in today's day and age, even as an 8 mana minion you get to play, but obviously pulling a couple of these from the Cliff Dive would be absolutely insane, because if you already have a weapon equipped, well, that's 16 damage to the face, while you're actually trading stuff from the board as well for free, basically. And last but not least, we have Magterodon. Back in the day, this guy used to be a card you do red card on, but nowadays that's an absolute bait, like ain't nobody got time for that, so definitely think twice before you decide to waste your red card on something like this, but in some cases still it might actually make sense. For the matchups, here's what we have right now, and Pain Demon Hunter is not gonna be your friend, and same can be said for Quest Warrior. But with the Califero play, maybe it's not so bad, even though still they are gonna gain an obscene amount of armor, and they do have an obscene amount of control tools. Everything else, bright green however. When going first and second for that matter, your weapons are always MVP, the Tusk Piercer a little bit better than the free drop, Grim Harvest is great early on, Blob of Thor straight up hold on to is also pretty important, Wyvern Slumber is okay, it's not the worst thing in the world to do on turn 3, gives you a lot of extra stats on the board. Insect Claw also pretty amazing. Infestation could be okay, but it's really not my favorite. And Eladari Studies might also make the cut. Technically speaking, even Califero might be a keep, but I would not hold on to it if I already don't have a perfect 1 or 2. On the coin, as you see, again, it's exactly the same stuff, but here, depending on the matchup, you might even consider something like Infiltrate, and honestly, if you're curving into a Cliff Dive, I would definitely not blame you for holding on to that. All around, the deck is far from expensive, it's definitely pretty fun, and you can play it without Califero, let's not pretend for a second it's a core card in here. So the deck is actually pretty budget when you look at it that way. Hope you enjoyed the guide, and if you did, a like and subscribe would really be awesome, but now, let's check out some of my games on my road back to 11x Legend. Hope you enjoy. Against the Warlock, I'm expecting him to either be Quest or Wheel, or Mill. Warlock actually is a thing. Okay, again with the wonkiest of mulligans. I'm actually gonna hard mull for the good stuff. Questionable. How's it going, son? Hello there. Quest he is. Interesting, interesting. That's mildly annoying, because I was actually thinking about doing this. In this case, I think I'll still do this, though. Apparently he doesn't want me to kill that, so this means I need to kill that. That is a good card to wreck. That was a good card to fuck up. I don't think I need to be playing these for dormant idiots. Hey, how's it going, Kex? Been a while, brother. How you been? Where were you? How's the wife and kids? I don't know. It's been a while, so I'm trying to say. It's been a while. Okay, that gives him nothing. I'm not sure what he's doing there, but he's doing it alright. Can't remember, these guys I think did not have too much in terms of removal. So I'm gonna keep on pressuring that ass. Keep that ass nice and pressured for me. That's disgusting. Keeping that ass nice and pressured, guys. As all asses should be. Yeah, a lot of new things. Everything new around here. Profile pics, buttons, banners. We have been living the dream. I'm working with several video editors, and we have been making some moves lately, not gonna lie. Several video editors over here. Let me get a couple of these, men. Moving up in the world, what can I say? Making moves, making splashes. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one. Don't knock it till you try it. What? What does that mean? Mom, what does that mean? Okay, that's a lot of card draw. How's the game nowadays? Shit as always. What do you mean? It's shite-lad. What do you mean? Some nice neck cracks. Some of these neck cracks are to die for, guys. Just gotta give them some time. You haven't lived until you died from a neck crack. Yeah, jeez, Rick. Yeah, I've been pulling away from that one. See, I'm learning. Okay. What did you mean this one? And he did. The warlock, not me. And he did. Not sure about the big spell mage, it does look interesting too. But yeah, I might. I do not put it beyond me. It is in the scope of things possible today. Speaking of the devil, this might be it. It is quite possible. Sounds good. Good. This deck don't curve off much, huh? If you don't get the weapon, you ain't got shit. Does it jiggle jiggle? It folds. Seems stronger now? Does it though? So far the stats don't really support it much, but we'll see. We'll see how that go. Tickle, tickle. Let me get myself a couple of dudes on the boards. Couple of them dudes. Should I murder it? Yeah, might as well murder it. Let's turn this into a murder. Okay, he's going hard. What the fuck is this cycle still? Which one, Kex? Yours? I still am not sure if that's yours, by the way. Like, was that really you? Was that really you, Chief? I'm actually gonna tempo this bitch out. I know it's empty, but I'd rather get some minions on the board, you know? I'd rather do that. Got the hazard lights? Where? What? What do you mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, he does the value trade there. Thanks for that. Gotta give him something to fuck around with, you know? Oh, the headphones? Yeah. I don't even know how they work anymore. Like, the Logitech bullshit is so buggy. Okay, he didn't kill my guy. Fascinating behavior. I can kill this boy. Could also just red card it. That's way too much damage to throw his way though. Let me just red card that ass, and let's keep on blasting that ass. The Ass Blaster 9000 right there. Ass Blaster 9000 right there. Next turn this thing could be lethal, so this guy might be a problem for somebody else. What the fuck is that supposed to be, Barry? Like, how does that work now?
Witness true arcane magic.
If the cliff dive is good, we should be good. As long as we ain't dead. Please don't kill me. This guy animation cancels, or is it just me? See what that do. Of course we didn't get the thing. Attacking doesn't do shit. It's gonna come back anyway, and the free damage kills everything anyway. Holding on to the weapon for next turn's shit. Let's hope we alive. Let's hope we alive, guys. He still has 2 more eruptions, 1 more eruption. I'm in danger. Now he does have 8 damage on the deck with 3 mana left. Let's see what that do. Three damage each. He has the burb. Misses me with that shit. Doesn't miss me with that shit. Doesn't miss me with that shit. Doesn't miss me with that shit. Funny, he had 8 cards in there, guys. 8 cards, 4 of which were damage, and he top decked 3 of them instantly. That was hilarious. If my calculations are correct, that was hilarious right there, guys. According to statistics, that was literally impossible, but sure, Hearthstone. I get it. It's my turn to eat dick. That dick ain't gonna eat itself. You know we are professional dick eaters over here. What do you mean? We eat dick for breakfast. Fucking hell, man. This game is so dumb. For real, for real. Game is literally meant to piss you off. Okay, that's shit. Speak for yourself. Yeah. How dare I put dicks in your mouth? Yeah, it's the dictics. Statistics? You can like this! That's what Hearthstone says. Statistics? You can like this. Do be like that. It do be like that. Okay, for a change we actually have a 4-drop on Kuro, guys. Takes it like a man. Spider-Man. Hyphen. Let's get this bad boy in. The better, the better. Gotta empty the bedpan, guys. If somebody's watching this without watching, that'd be funny. A gaming hydration drink approached me today for a potential sponsorship opportunity. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure. What you got there? Someone a 1-1 copy. This guy's dummy. That's dummy, alright. We got a couple of these dudes. And I'm gonna chill with the swang, because next turn we do Cliffy. Gonna go with the Cliffy. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. Give me that poisonous. Give me that poisonous. Vino Moose. Vino Moose. Let's see it. One shot. You piece of dick. You dumb bitch. You stupid whore. Okay, we actually managed to clear it. But that could have been his mouth, you know? That could have been his mouth right there. Technically, I could have left the 2-1 without attacking. That would have been an extra minion. The Mech Pterodon would have done the job. Would have done the deed. Would have done the dude. Yeah, I don't know. The widgets are not working much. I've been thinking about swapping off Streamlabs, by the way. I've been thinking about fucking off Streamlabs for a while now. Maybe start fresh on a new software. Because Streamlabs has been on the fucky side for quite a while now. Let's see if we get some damage out of this. Some card drawing, the worst. Syzygy is also interesting. I get this. Another Cliffy. Good old Cliffy. I don't want to put the location, actually. I should have hero powered, dumbass. Because if I location, I don't have room for these guys to materialize. Nah, fuck you. Let's cut our losses. I could have equipped another weapon just for the sake of top decking a Death Rattle minion too, actually. I should have done that. That's mildly annoying. Funny. Okay, let's see what this do. That was my second cliff dive, so might as well fin out that deck of mine. The question is, should I red card my Maggie boy? Think I won't. This guy doesn't have a great way to deal with these. Could have a silly axe here. Doesn't. Looks for reborn and shit. Neat. It's all over. It's all over. Looks that to me. Flawless victory. Dishon.
I make my own fate. Let's begin the celebration.
Let's go like this. Illidari is a turn 2 play, but I already have a decent turn 2 play, so fuck that. Getting both the wrong death rattles, huh? Funny. Okay, he's going for blood. He's out to get me. Put these on. Think that'd be the better play. While he's dilly-dallying with these small fucks. Let's get some big fucks out. That's not super great. Might have to red card that. Yeah, I think a red card could put a kink in his plan for sure. That's also not bad. Since he likes aggroing so much, how do you like them apples, Chief? Okay, this gives me a Blobatar guaranteed. Good old Blobo. Chat fell asleep. Where'd you go, Chat? Where'd you go? So far I cannot kill this shrew. Let's see if that's about to change. Kinda didn't. Kinda didn't. Oh well, it is what it is. He's on the back foot. Where were you last turn, you piece of shit? That's a lot of Blobos. Quite a lot of Blobosaurs. Bit disgusting, innit?
I see.
It's mildly annoying. Wish I had a mag instead of Eladari. Could get a couple of mags. Couple of Eladaris is also an option. Say next turn would be better. Next turn would be much better. Let me just get that damage in. I don't need the full extent of the Califero. The cool thing about Califero himself is he's drawing a minion himself, so right now 2 out of the 3 options are great, but if I get a bunch of blobs, well, it's not gonna be the worst, but it's not what we came in here for. Well, guess it's never gonna matter, because I'm just gonna get Eladari his mouth anyway. But Califero does make some sense in the deck for sure. He could do some crazy things. A little bit on the high roll thing, but against those Death Knights, I guess that's a way to kill. Against them Dick Knights, that might be a great way to go. Wish I did a Califero play, but it's kind of sitting there menacingly, potentially giving you that play. Alas, we never got that play. But it is something you can definitely look forward to.